Hey YouTube, today I'm making Jamaican patties. What you'll need is the ground beef, and I'll show what the ingredients are for that mixture. And then separately you'll need your pastry. I'm going to go ahead and make the pastry dough that I made in my pastry dough making recipe video, and I'll link that in the description. The only thing that's different about this one, the only difference is that I'll be adding around a tablespoon of turmeric with the cold water, and that's what gives Jamaican patties their nice golden color. So I'm going to go ahead and make this pastry dough, and I'll come back when it's all ready to go and move on with the step of making the ground beef filling. While the dough is resting, I'll be cooking up the ground beef filling. What you'll need is 1 pound of ground beef. That's 2/3 cup of breadcrumbs, and I just used 4 toast ends. Dried them up in the oven and ground them up. 1 onion chopped, 3 tablespoons of butter. Back there is 1/2 cup of water. And here we've got 1.5 teaspoons of salt, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of curry powder. This is a 1/4 teaspoon herbe de Provence, but the recipe actually is calling for thyme. I'm just improvising here. A 1/4 teaspoon of ginger, and this is 1/8 teaspoon of masala. The recipe actually calls for 1/2 teaspoon of Jamaican allspice, but I don't have that, so I've improvised here. So I'm going to go ahead and fry up the onions in the butter and then cook the ground beef and incorporate everything, and I'll come back when the onions have fried up, and I'm just adding the ground beef, and I've added all the spices and water. So it's just cooking up, and this part's pretty quick. I don't think it'll take very long for the ground beef to cook. Once it has cooked, I'll go ahead and add the breadcrumbs to it. Okay, so ground beef has been cooked. I transferred it into this bowl, and it's cooled down enough so that I can fill up the patties without it being too hot. And I have my pastry dough. It's been rolled out thinly, and it's wide enough and tall enough to hold about 4 large size patties. So this plate is a medium sized plate, sort of like in between your dinner plate and your little tiny plates, and it's big enough to hold about 4 circles with this plate. So this will make 4 large Jamaican patties. I'm going to go ahead and cut out the circles, and then I'll come back once I'm done. You can double the pastry dough recipe, and that way you can have 8 patties, because this filling, 4 huge patties or 8 regular sized Jamaican patties with this amount of filling. So I myself have doubled the recipe. So I've got the 3 circles there, and I'm just gonna run the knife around the edges all the way around the plate. Okay, so there's the last circle. This will make 4 humongous patties, but like I said, I'm turning this into 8. So I'm going to divide this into 8 portions here, and I will put 1/8 in each of these. And I'm just going to fold over the side after I've got a little bit of water here. I'm just going to wet around the edge, all around one side here, all the way around, just to help it close a little bit easier. And fold it over and join the edges together. Okay, just squish that filling down and push them together. See that? Push it together here. And I've got my fork to make those little crimpy marks. Just go around. Okay, I'm going to repeat this process for the rest, and I'll come back. They're going into a 375-degree oven for about 25 minutes. You can poke holes if you want, or you can make slits. It's up to you. I don't bother because it gets nice and puffy because it's the puff pastry, and I like it that way. So it's up to you how you want it, but this would be the time that you'd poke your holes or make slits. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the oven, and I'll show you what they look like when they come out. After 25 minutes in the oven, this is what they look like. I ended up making a fifth one, so you can make 5 Jamaican patties with the dough. And just to recap, if you use all the filling from that recipe, then you'll have 5 extra stuffed Jamaican patties. If you go ahead and make a double batch of the pastry dough, then it will make 10 regularly stuffed Jamaican patties. So that's what it looks like. That's mine there. I couldn't even wait. I already had a piece. It's so good. Doing the pastry dough is well worth it. It's worth the extra effort. It's flaky and crispy. It's so good. That's it for me. Hope you are doing well. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments section. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video.